My career was such a big part of my drinking journey. I remember living in New York City, and I had a boss actually tell me, hey, why aren't you joining us at happy hour? And I was like, well, I don't really drink. And he's like, oh, it's not about that. Happy hours is where the deals are done, where you get people to know your name, hear your ideas. We're all too busy during the day. So like for your career, you really should show up. And I actually sort of had a method at first. I drink a glass of wine and then a glass of water and make sure that I was like always in control. I really looked at it as this is a tool to further my career. But I remember coming home one day, and usually I'd put on my running shoes and go for a run if I was stressed. And I walked by a bodega. I was living in New York City, and they sold wine, and I was like, huh. And I went in and I bought a bottle of wine, and I just sat on the couch and watched TV and drank wine. And it was easier. And so it wasn't immediate that kind of alcohol started to replace all of the other things that we do in our lives to sort of cope and maintain our sanity as human beings. But it was gradual. I can't really tell you exactly when it was, but about a decade later, I found myself, like you said, drinking close to 2 bottles of wine every single night. And I think even worse than that was that when I would think about drinking less or when I would take breaks, it wasn't that I couldn't do it. I certainly could. I could take breaks, do the 30 days and all that sort of stuff. But while I was doing it, I would feel deprived, like I was missing out, like I was just kind of outside of life. I remember getting pregnant and feeling like, oh, well, sorry for myself at every social event for the entire 9 months.